Good evening, and thank you for joining us on ABC24 and 24 Plus for your news at 6. I'm Kevin McNamara. First off, we are going to take a look at the temperatures outside. You're taking a look at a beautiful downtown skyline here in the Bluff City. It is a gorgeous October evening here in the Mid-South. Not quite feeling like fall just yet. Let's get a look at your forecast.
Well, I certainly hope you're enjoying your weekend and having a great Saturday. You know what? After a little bit of smattering of clouds earlier in the day, we saw the clearing skies. Temperatures generally in the low to mid 80s across the region today. It's going to be even warmer as we get into our Sunday tomorrow. So we'll talk more about that in just a moment. For the rest of this evening, though, boy, it looks fantastic. A beautiful clear sky as we'll drop steadily down through the 70s. Again, a beautiful clear sky tonight. So enjoy your Saturday evening. Over the next 3 days, warm again on Sunday, mostly sunny, up to 87 tomorrow, about 6 degrees above the average. Showers are likely for Monday and part of our Tuesday. We'll be talking much more about that coming up, but temperatures not as warm on Monday in the upper 70s, back in the lower 80s with some scattered showers. Coming up, we'll take a look at your full 7-day forecast, see if there's any cool down coming our way for later in the week. We'll see you back in just a few moments.
Hundreds of Memphians filled the streets of Memphis and gathered at the I Am a Man Plaza to march and protest against what they're calling government overreach. The Get Out of Memphis march and protest organized by Tigers Against Pollution brought together community advocates and concerned residents. They led a march through downtown, joined by hundreds protesting what they call dangerous government overreach from the presence of the National Guard and federal agencies like ICE and DHS. These protesters say they won't stay silent, and they believe the city is being occupied and exploited, with resistance not only necessary but urgent. The march followed the historic route Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. took during the 1968 sanitation workers' strike, an intentional tribute. Protesters held signs and called the growing federal presence in Memphis terrorism, even unacceptable. They're demanding the removal of what they view as the militarized forces from local communities.
Generally, I think one of the things that we all want everybody to take away from this is that the planned National Guard occupation of Memphis is completely unacceptable. The federal forces, the federal marshals, ICE, DHS, and all the rest are completely terrorizing our city, and that is a completely unacceptable state of affairs.
Coming up after the games tonight on ABC24 at 10, Shakina Davis breaks down how protesters plan to keep pushing and what demands they're making to city leaders and federal officials. The arrival of the task force here in Memphis is sparking strong feelings for many of you as well, and you've been reaching out to us to let us know what you think. We've been getting lots of reactions from both sides of the aisle on this. We appreciate everyone's thoughts and concerns. One viewer wrote to us saying, quote, "Let the National Guard come. Nothing will change unless the judicial system changes," meaning do not catch and release, prosecute. Otherwise, things will stay the same. And someone else wrote in, "We love the help from our governor. Memphis has very poor leadership, or the feds wouldn't be here." With another viewer writing in saying, "It might be a little too much law enforcement, but at least they're trying to make the city safer for all, especially the kids." Again, we want to hear your thoughts on the Memphis Safe Task Force. We've been getting tons of comments and reaction on this issue, and we appreciate all of your comments and concerns. So send us your messages from what you're seeing to the impact you're feeling. Just text us to that number on your screen there right now, 901-321-7520. Share your opinion, and you just might see it on ABC24. And speaking of that task force, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi posting updated numbers on their operations here in Memphis, with more than 200 people having been arrested since the start of the week when the task force hit the streets. There were 74 arrests last night alone. One of those arrested last night was a man wanted for an April shooting in Frazier that killed 2 people and left another wounded. 24-year-old Malik Merriweather is facing multiple first-degree and attempted first-degree murder charges. According to the U.S. Marshals, members of the task force found him hiding behind a locked door while they were serving a warrant on a different, unrelated individual. But with the Memphis Safe Task Force now arresting dozens of people across the city daily, courts are bracing for a surge in cases. Since Monday, the U.S. Attorney General reporting that the task force has again arrested over 200 people. And as ABC24's Ezekiel Telemaco explains, one idea up for consideration would bring back an old concept here in Tennessee, night court.
We have talked about perhaps standing up a night court where there would be after-hours ability to process cases That's still in early stages. Nothing's been decided yet. But if we go that way, we'll have to rearrange staff schedules.
So what exactly is night court? It's a courtroom that operates outside the traditional 9 to 5 schedule, handling arraignments, warrants, bond hearings, and other cases after hours. The goal is to move people through the system faster and prevent backlogs.
No more than 20% of those cases will go federal. The vast majority of them will remain in our state court system, which means that the jail will have to hold the detainees, and the courts will have to process those cases, and we'll have to prosecute them.
That's why he says discussions about night court are starting to resurface. It wouldn't be the first time Tennessee had night court. Back in 1959, state law created parts 4, 5, and 6 of the General Sessions Court in Nashville, known as night courts open from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. It still operates today, but now provides around-the-clock coverage. 5 judicial magistrates work in shifts, issuing warrants, setting bail, and conducting hearings after regular hours. Memphis's version would come with questions, staffing judges, public defenders, and security at night. Critics worry about cost and whether defendants would get the same quality of representation at midnight as they would during the day.
So far, we haven't seen anything that we can't handle, but we'll be ready for it when it does.
Meanwhile, a disturbing discovery witnessed by children just steps away from an elementary school has a community shaken. A body of a shooting victim found behind Winridge Elementary School yesterday. Police got that call around 7 a.m., a little after 7 a.m. yesterday morning, that a man had been shot. Renea Sowers says her 13-year-old daughter called while walking to school with her 6-year-old sister, and they both witnessed the dead body. Outside of her kids, her biggest concern is the other students' mental health.
I hate that I have to even have this conversation, and because it's not a norm and I don't want it to make it the new normal, I don't even know how I'm going to address this situation. I'm going to try to nurture and care and let them know this is not the normal. This is not what I want you to see.
The investigation is ongoing, and the last check, there has been no word of a suspect. So if you have information, call Crime Stoppers at 901-528-CASH. Hundreds of neighbors in Shelby County could soon get a fresh start. The Criminal Court Clerk's Office is hosting its 30th Erase and Elevate Expungement Clinic in Whitehaven, part of a solution-seeking mission to clear 10,000 records and open doors to jobs, housing, and education. It's happening 3 weeks from today on October 25th. It's more than clearing up a criminal record, because the clinic will also offer career help, voter resources, and mental health support to anyone in the community. Here at ABC24, we're committed to seeking solutions for you. If there's a problem in your neighborhood not getting solved, just text the word solutions and describe the issue to that number on your screen. Again, 901-321-7520, and we'll tackle it together. Still plenty more to come, including National Guard troops from the natural state are being deployed. Learn where they're being sent next. Plus, the Big Easy could be getting an influx of federal resources just like Memphis, and why it could be a much larger operation next. Continuing our coverage on the deployment of the National Guard, while it may still be a week or two before we actually see National Guard troops patrolling here in the Bluff City, they are putting boots on the ground in other parts of the country. More than 100 Arkansas National Guardsmen are going on a 13-month mission to the southern border, with nearly 120, including a helicopter unit, working along the border in Texas to support U.S. Customs and Border Patrol. The images you're seeing here are the types that will be deployed, and a departure ceremony will be on October 5th. That's the day the mission starts. Down the Mississippi River in the Crescent City, the first meeting between the New Orleans Police and the National Guard was yesterday afternoon, with Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry asking for up to 1,000 guardsmen for multiple Louisiana cities, including Shreveport, Baton Rouge, and New Orleans. Police Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick says she wants the soldiers to patrol downtown and that the soldiers would have their own chain of command and would not report to New Orleans PD. But there's no word on when or how many guardsmen will be deployed. Taking another live look outside on a beautiful Saturday evening here in Memphis. We'll have a full look at your forecast after this.
Well, I do hope you're enjoying your Saturday. Let's look ahead, shall we? As we look ahead to our Sunday, it is going to be unseasonably warm, but dry again tomorrow. Don't forget to stay hydrated, drink lots of water. Temperatures run in the mid to upper 80s tomorrow. Much more on that coming up. We do have those higher rain chances for Monday and Tuesday. So we've got wet weather coming our way to start the week. Now, for the rest of the week, it looks pretty comfortable. We'll see a little bit of a drying trend and not quite as warm as we go later this week. All right, so here's what we're looking at locally and regionally, and some of the cloud cover that continues to edge on out of West Tennessee across the river over into eastern portions of Arkansas. A lot of cloud cover from Alabama and Georgia off to our south and east, but we've got a beautiful clear sky tonight and soon to be mostly sunny skies coming up for your Sunday. So here's a look at your projected lows tonight. Now in the Memphis metro area, we're looking at mid 60s, about 65, but outlying areas down in northern Mississippi, eastern Arkansas, and up in northwest parts of Tennessee. We're looking at temperatures again in the upper 50s and lower 60s. So as usual, when you get away from the city, it's going to be a little bit cooler. Here in Memphis metro tomorrow and across the mid-south, we got mid to upper 80s for your Sunday. Yeah, look at these temperatures. Some spots in northern Mississippi could be pushing near 90 degrees. And here's a look at how far we are from average. We mentioned a moment ago, but yeah, those temperatures running about 6 to almost 7 degrees above average tomorrow and closer to average as we go later on this week. So here's what we're looking at. Again, walking forward from tonight and into the day on Sunday. Here's your mostly sunny skies. A few clouds increasing later on, but your Sunday looks to be, again, unseasonably warm and dry, mid to upper 80s. And then we're talking about those rain chances that will be elevated, particularly as we go into our Monday and Tuesday. We've got a 70% chance for rain showers fairly likely during the day Monday and more scattered showers Tuesday. A slight token chance on Wednesday, then a little bit lower chances, generally drier second half of the week. So clear skies, a nice mild night tonight. We'll have a low right around 65 degrees and a little bit of an east-southeast breeze. As we head into your Sunday, again, mostly sunny, unseasonably warm, 87. There's the rain showers likely, but cooler Monday, upper 70s, lower 80s, scattered showers Tuesday, and then a little bit more comfortable with temperatures generally in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees by later this week into next weekend.
And one of the ways that we can get out of the situation that we're in is to exercise your right to vote. Don't be scared to vote if you see troops at the polls. Exercise your right. Start getting mentally prepared for that now.
That was the advice and warning local leaders gave at yesterday's NAACP news conference as we inch closer to county, state, and federal elections next year. And it's a real possibility since there's no end date for the task force outlined in the president's memo establishing it. County leaders plan to ramp up civic engagement and voter education. Next week, Shelby County is celebrating the opening of the local Voter Education Center. That'll be Thursday, October 9th at 711 Edith Avenue in South Memphis from 2 in the afternoon to 5. The new center, slated to serve as a dedicated community hub for resources on voter registration, election dates, and ballot initiatives, all as part of an effort to empower residents with the tools to fully participate in the democratic process. And the mighty Mississippi is about to get safer thanks to a $1 million grant. This federal grant is for the Memphis Fire Department to buy a new rescue boat. The fire department says the grant will also help them plan for a new maritime fire station on President's Island. The 40-foot vessel means faster responses to emergencies on the Mississippi, from fires to spills to medical calls. We've got more weather coming up after this. I hope you're enjoying your Saturday night as much as we are here. The Bartlett Fair wrapped up today at W.J. Freeman Park, but it's not your ordinary fair because the award-winning Children's Entrepreneur Market was one of the featured attractions. Kids decide what to sell, create a booth, talk to customers, and handle transactions. Organizers of the market say it can help foster a sense of responsibility, confidence, and creativity that'll carry over to school and into the home.
All righty, as we take another gander and look at your 7-day forecast. Again, enjoy your Sunday, but stay cool and keep hydrated. Mostly sunny and seasonably warm, 87. Then keep the rain gear handy for your Monday and Tuesday. To start the week, we got rain showers likely Monday, scattered showers Tuesday. The rest of the week, not too bad. Upper 70s to near 80 degrees. Some pretty good October weather heading our way. Stay mainly dry for the second half of the week into the upcoming weekend.
All right, that's all we have for you here on this edition. Appreciate you watching. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you again after all the football's over tonight at 10.
Continue with us and watch free now on the 24 Plus app everywhere you stream.